Twitter has been treading on a tightrope as of recently, and if anyone is going to guide it to the other end of the building, it has to be no one else but Elon Musk. But the whole situation isn't looking pretty good for Twitter so far, as people have been saying that their new CEO is one of the reasons as to why the social media platform is going on a downward spiral. It seems to be Elon Musk against the world right now, as he continuously gives positive reports in his official Twitter account about the situation of the app, while the general public doesn't agree with him. However, recently, despite his claims of a good projection on usership, Musk has been complaining about Apple not cooperating with him regarding the advertising of the app in their store. Welcome to our channel. International Tech Masters is here again to give you the latest news about anything that's tech-related. People have been criticizing Musk ever since his takeover of Twitter, but they also have suspicions that what he's been doing is another desperate measure to have the social media app afloat. Musk picking a fight with Apple is definitely not on our bingo card for this year, but the new CEO is known for making unpredictable decisions ever since he took over. But the question remains, are his actions going to be enough to save Twitter from its doom? Regular users of the app has been fearing that this might be the end of Twitter. #RIP Twitter trends this month. But what has Elon Musk been doing and will be enacting in the future in order to bring Twitter back to its former glory? And because we are here to help, you won't need to figure this one out on your own. But before we dive into today's video, we want to know your thoughts. Do you think Twitter will finally meet its end? Also, do you have any ideas on what Musk should do in order to keep the app going? Let us know in the comments section down below. Now it's not news anymore how the Twitter headquarters has been nearly emptied out after Musk gave them an ultimatum on whether to work twice as hard or leave the company. But aside from this mass layoff, you might want to know why people have been fearing Twitter shutting down. Despite Musk recently tweeting that the usership in the app is at its peak, he has also admitted in his address to Twitter employees that the company may face bankruptcy in the near future. While the company is not there yet, they already have $13 million in debt, which Wall Street banks are failing to offload to investors. Recent server outages and lapses in the app were also experienced by its general users, urging them to tweet under the #RIP Twitter as they felt that the app was eventually going to shut down. This is mainly because of the mass layoffs and Musk firing most of its initial executive board members. In fear of the app shutting down, tweeters have been trying to download as much content in the app as they possibly can. Articles from numerous websites were also written to guide users on how to download their own tweets for the sake of looking back at them in the future. However, the platform has only experienced mass hysteria that lasted for a day before it eventually died down. And even after the lapses, the users were relieved to find out that they could still use the app. But if we're talking about the end of Twitter, we first have to point out what we really mean, because there's a difference between shutting down and bankruptcy. Both are possible, but by now, we can only bet on which will come first if Twitter's end is truly inevitable. If we're talking about a possible shutdown, then this might be because of a strain on their staff that remained, and because Musk had most of the executive board members exit the company. On the other hand, if we're talking about a future bankruptcy, then their $13 million debt and investors turning their backs on the company were to blame. Whether you perceive Twitter in a positive or negative light, you'd have to admit that the platform did a lot for how we document our days online and keep up with the news. This is news that's bad enough to call for a pause. So while you're at it, why don't you hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, and click the notification bell. Going back, the app has been in an even deeper turmoil as Musk starts a beef with Apple. In his recent tweet, the CEO has been claiming that Apple has stopped their advertising Twitter in their App Store, and even implied that the former is doing this for the sake of censoring free speech. Since then, Apple has been receiving heat from Musk as he continues to tweet that the App Store has a hidden 30% tax when consumers acquire in-app purchases. Musk claims that Apple has been orchestrating the situation without giving him a reason as to why they're doing it. The head of the Apple App Store, Phil Schiller, has not been helping to simmer down Musk's suspicions, as he has deleted his Twitter account right after Musk took over the company. Despite all of the trials and tribulations that Twitter has been facing for the past few months, some people are still hoping that Musk could turn things around for the social media platform. Musk is no stranger to extreme company crises, as he also handled such situations in his other company, that is Tesla. It's been said that what he did to Tesla before, he's also doing with Twitter now. Trapping employees to work brutal shifts, him sleeping in the headquarters in case of other emergencies that may come up, and doing high-risk decisions while expecting high rewards. These are things that Tesla has already gone through under Musk being CEO. So with these in mind, what's next for Twitter? Expect that the layoffs will not stop this year. Musk will continue to think of new features to add to the platform for the sake of increasing its revenue. More arbitrary decisions are yet to come, like picking up a fight with an app store out of nowhere, and many more instances where users will think that the app is going to shut down. However, since Tesla is still running and making sales, it's not far off that Twitter could still last a lot more years. A lot of Twitter's problems might be highlighted and the only thing that's standing out right now. But it's not too late to turn the tables and have the app be thriving as it was before. The Twitter headquarters have been said to have asked the laid-off employees to return, and analysts have been claiming that this is the typical behavior to be expected from Elon Musk. While buzz about the bankruptcy and shutdown of the app has been loud recently, it is still premature to assume that Twitter could land in those situations. It's actually not impossible for Twitter to recover from all of their mishaps this year, and it's worth watching out for their company to see if Elon Musk could do what he did to Tesla. But for now, we can only take a guess on how things will go down for the famous microblogging platform. Before we wrap this all up, why don't you check out our other videos by clicking on the option above. We also have other videos that could give you full details about the layoffs at tech companies. So how about checking those out? Well, that is all for today's video. If you want to know more about the latest tech news, make sure to hit like, subscribe to our channel, and click the notification bell to keep you posted. Thank you for watching.